Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Everything Technical. This is Deepak. So in this video we will see how we can configure Nagios as per our requirement. If we don't want to use existing template of Nagios, we want to just create a custom configuration file of the Nagios like it's a host.cfg, services.cfg. We just don't want to configure those things, those information in a single file. So we want to just segregate all of the files so we can configure that. How we can configure that, we will see that those information in this video. So before I started, I want you to please do subscribe my YouTube channel. This is my channel Everything Technical. Please do subscribe, and also please press the bell icon to get the new video notification. And if you have any query, any suggestion related to the video, so please do comment below the video. So let's start with the video. Okay, so I have my server. For that, what you have to do, you have to take the access of your Nagios master. So here I have taken the access of my Nagios master, and where we have to go, just go to the your Nagios installation directory. So I have installed Nagios in under usr local Nagios. So here I am in Nagios home directory. So here in Nagios home directory we will get the information bin etc include libx svin shareware. These information, these directories we will get. So where we have to go, we have to go into the etc. So here I am in etc. Where which etc it is? It is the Nagios etc. Okay, usr local Nagios etc. Okay, so in etc what we have, in etc we have these files. What that files? cgi.cfg, htpassword.user, nagios.cfg, objects, it is a directory, resources.cfg. So here in Nagios etc directory we will get the information like we have a file nagios.cfg. So inside of the nagios.cfg we will get the information of the configuration of the Nagios. If we will do less, so we will get the all information like configure, like where the file will read, where will log will get generate. So we will get all the information in this. So we can configure according to our requirement. We can configure this also. So this is the configuration where we will configure it later, not now. Later we will configure that information. So how we can do this? I'll just go ahead and exit this. I have exited. Now where I have to go? I have to go to the object directories. So I am in object. So I can see there is a lot of the information. If you have newly installed this Nagios, so you will not get this much cfg file, because I have created these cfg files and I have customized those information. So what you have to do, before it the file was local host.cfg. If I'll go ahead, if I'll do less, so I'll get the information localhost.cfg. If I'll do this, I'll get here. You can see define host group, services, and above there was something. Yeah, here is the host definition. Host, it is defined, and here is host group has been defined, services defined, service group is defined. So every information is defined under only the single file, and we don't want to use this file. We want to just use we just want to segregate this. So how we will do this? I'm just going to use for example, I have created a file that's called host.cfg. So I'll go ahead and I'll use host.cfg. so if you can see here, I have defined host. So there is two host, it's a local host, and the second host is test. So what I have configured, what you have to define, how to define, as in no define host, you will get all information into the local host only. So how you have to define, like this, define host, and then use, what it is the use of, you can use anything, use of Linux server, use of AWS server. Host name will be a local host, because this is for the local host only. So it is the first configuration is for the local host. If you don't need, if you don't want, so you can just delete that. If you want to configure it through the monitoring only, so you can define those also. So down the side I have defined second is host is AWS server, and host name is a test. Alias I have created as AWS test server. And address, you have to, you can, in address you can put the test dot, like whatever domains, if you have domain, so you can put the domain name. And if you don't have a domain, so just put the IP address of the instance, EC2 instance, and whatever what you want to monitor, and for which host group it is related to. So I have just changed it with the, I'll just change it with the Linux server only. I was showing something else, so I'll do what, I'll just put this here. No, sorry, it's IP going to be paste. I'll go into the insert mode. Okay, it is insert mode. Okay, sorry. So here I'll have to just copy and I'll have to paste here. Okay, so I have just defined this. So for I have defined host here, where I have to configure like this. I can define the service. So if I'll go to the service here, also copy, I'll paste here. So here I have defined localhost, what root partition I just want to monitor. So I have just defined this only. So how to define the services, you can define like this. You will get more information, more option here also in services that you need to check into the template. Template, you can check it, so you will get that information. Okay, so I have said, for example, I just want to configure right now, I want to configure this. So kind of this, you can configure everything. If you face any issue, just do comment below the video. I'll help you out how we can do all that information. And now what I have to do to monitor it, something we have to do to like read this file. Instead of reading localhost.cfg, it should be read the localhost, sorry, it should be use customize what we have written the new configuration file that need to be read. So what I'll do, I'll go to the back, and inside the etc I already said it's a nagios.cfg. So inside the nagios.cfg we will configure this. You can see here it is already configured. You can just, here it is a local host. So I'll go to the here, so host group, I'll just go ahead, I'll edit it. So here you can specify individually object configuration file as on below. It is not only about you have to write all your info, all about your configuration file. You need to define these in this directory. Yeah, it's not required, you can define it anywhere. Just make sure that directories and that file have ownership, the Nagios ownership and the permission as what it is required. So make sure for that you can put that file anywhere and you can run it from there. You need to just define here. So you have to just define here. I'll just define here host.cfg. I've just put it this only. I'll have to just check. By doing this, my system will work or not, I'm not sure, because I'll do systemctl restart Nagios. Now here it is saying like some error. I'll check what error it is. Paste. I'll check. It is saying like here, you will get the warning, you will get the error in this. So it will like easily it will say like what error you have, like what mistake you did in your configuration, that you can find it out from here. So what it is saying like could not register host not getting registered. It is already in host.cfg, sorry, localhost.cfg. It is in localhost.cfg as well as in what we have configured in this also. It is available. So that cannot be acceptable for Nagios. Somewhere in a single file that need to be registered, that like that need to be verified that. So this is what this error is throwing. You need to just make sure. I have already written everything, that's why it is I need to change it everything. Because of that it is throwing an error. I'll have to just do this. If you are doing it first time, just make sure just you have commented this line. If we will, yeah, here you can see in nagios.cfg, if you have created your own customized file, you need to be make sure this line should be commented, this line localhost, because everything is written in this and you have to comment this line. If this line is working, if this line is like here, it is not commented, that time you will get error. File start, still there is some mistake also. There is a lot of the mistakes because I have not defined services, I have not defined host group. Everything I'll have to define, which is I have not defined it. I have defined somewhere and I have removed that. So which is I need to be defined somewhere. So that I need to be used to But while doing in a proper way, first of all, if you're creating a host.cfg file, in that, just in top of the that file, just put that define host group first, host group, and after that just define every host. And if you are creating services, just define top of the file, just define service group, and then define the services down the side. So that will be easy for you. Even you can write your own file, that host group.cfg file. You can also write that. You can write service group.cfg, that you can also write that. By you can customize that only you need to put in this file only. All the information you need to put in this, and after that will work. So this is the video. If you like, please do like, do comment below the video. If you have any query, any suggestion, if you want to share something, just do comment below the video. Thank you for watching.